Okay, we are recording. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our demo of Pinger. I am joined today by Zach Weinberg, CTO of Pinger, and I am Ryan Balfe, CEO of Pinger, and also president and founder of QPros, which is a back office advisory firm servicing small businesses and startups. Hello to all of our friends in the Pro Advisor community, and welcome to the demo. Pinger creates a voice for your accounting system. As accountants, bookkeepers, business owners, and other accounting practitioners, we typically rely on our accounting software as simply a depository of accounting data. In order to gather information and extract intel, we typically will log into our accounting systems, run reports, visit any customer or vendor accounts in question, and query other sections in order to find what we need. With Pinger, we actually wake up your accounting system and bring it to life. Piggybacking off of IFTTT, or if this then that technology, Pinger will send various notifications and reports directly to you when a specific event or a series of events occurs. Pinger integrates directly with your company's collaboration or communication software. We connect with emails and text messages as well. So our current integrations are with Slack, Workplace by Facebook, email, and text messages. We are proud to be the first software company that allows you to query reports directly from within Slack or Workplace, so you don't have to log into your accounting system in order to run a report. So we currently have 3 reports that you can query on demand directly from within Slack. And we're working on the same functionality with Workplace by Facebook, email, and also text messages. Today, we're super excited to announce that we are officially soft launched, and today we'll be walking through Pinger's features and also share with you what's in store in the future. So Pinger serves essentially as a bridge between your accounting software and your collaboration software. For purposes of this demo, we've already signed up for a Pinger account and verified our email address. So we're going to proceed to log in, and we'll be immediately directed to the company dashboard. All right, and when you log in, you'll first notice that you have some setup notifications. So here it's telling us that we don't have any Slack workspaces added to our account. We don't belong to any companies, so we don't have any QuickBooks, Xero, NetSuite, or Sage accounts connected. So we're going to go ahead and do that first, and then we'll get into the specific pings that we currently offer.
So the process of adding different applications to Pinger is super easy. You just have to go to that central App Connect button on the Pinger dashboard, and you can see under the Slack tab, Ryan hit the Connect to Slack button, and it redirected him to the Slack authorization page, and he added his Pinger workspace to the Pinger application. And in a similar way, adding a QuickBooks Online company or another company with another app is also very easy. So here you can see we just go to the QuickBooks tab, we hit the Connect button, and then select the firm that you want to add to Pinger.
So we just have a test account called up, set up called Demo Construction LLC.
Right. So once this gets added, Pinger will have access to that company's data. So we will be able to send notifications that are related to your data.
Yep. And this may look familiar to many of you. So you can actually connect an unlimited amount of companies and Slack workspaces. So if you're a small business owner, then you probably only need to activate or connect one Slack workspace and your QuickBooks file. If you're an accounting firm or bookkeeping team and you want to roll this out to your entire client base, then you can add as many companies and Slack workspaces as you wish.
So each company has 4 sections or 4 tabs once you select that company. So here we're looking at the overview, which tells you what your access level is. So Ryan is an admin. This company is on a free trial, and we'll explain what that means soon. And the available monthly pings right now is 350. And then the members tab to the left will show you who has access to this company. And the invites tab lets you invite a team member or colleague or a fellow business partner. And you can select their role. The team member role cannot edit any settings and can only view what's going on in Pinger. So you can select which one depending on who they are.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then lastly, the pings tab, which we'll get to, lets you edit the actual settings for different pings.
Okay, so at this point, we have successfully connected our QuickBooks online account. We have successfully connected our Slack workspace. So now we can start to customize our ping settings.
Right.
So we currently have 13 actionable items that you can take advantage of today. 10 are actual individual pings that we've customized. And the other 3 are the on-demand reports that you can request directly from within Slack, which we'll get to in a second. So I'm quickly going to run through each ping and what they do. And again, Pinger is predicated off of IFTTT. So if this happens, then do this. So our first ping trigger, and by the way, we have these segregated into 7 different categories. So our transactions category has 2 pings available currently. So the first ping, if a new account is created within your chart of accounts, then a notification will be sent to your designated Slack workspace channel. So go ahead, Zach, I'm sorry.
In addition to Slack, we also can define 3 different email addresses that the ping can be sent to.
Right, and we're also working on soon. You'll see fields for phone numbers, so the notifications can be sent via text. And we are also still working on our Workplace by Facebook integration, so you'll see that shortly as well, and you'll be able to connect to individual workplace groups. Okay, so here, because I'm already connected to my Pinger Slack account, I'm just going to choose the random channel. And a pretty cool feature that we have is you can send, or you can include custom text to be added with the notification. So, you know, it depends on what role you serve with respect to your company. If you're a business owner, then you're kind of just sending this message to yourself. But if you're an accounting practitioner with clients and you want to deliver these notifications to your clients, then you can customize these notes.
So it's like a memo.
So yeah, it's basically like a memo. All right, so we're going to save that, and now that ping is activated. The second ping is one of my favorites. So as an accounting practitioner, one of the pain points that I experience is when a transaction comes through and I'm not sure where to code it. It could be a new vendor where the bank feed rules are not activated or effective because it's the first time it's being presented within that set of rules. So I'm specifically referencing uncategorized transactions. Everyone handles this a little bit differently. I would think it would be safe to assume that the majority of accounting firms will simply put unrecognized transactions into an uncategorized expenses or uncategorized income account, and then at the end of the month, include that as a custom report, or even just send a one-off report every once in a while to the client to let them know, hey, this is a list of transactions that we weren't sure where to code them. Please let us know. With Pinger, you can send these notifications on the fly, so you can keep your records updated and as accurate as possible. So we're going to enable this ping. We can select any account from our chart of accounts. So I'll just choose test 1, 2, 3. But personally, for this particular ping, the two accounts that I'm going to monitor are uncategorized income and uncategorized expenses, but you can choose any account that you wish. Select the Slack channel. Here I'll say, please let me know what this is for.
Cool.
Okay. So that's one of my favorite pings thus far. In the cash flow category, so the first ping is very powerful in my opinion. Most banks will provide this feature for you, so they'll allow you to specify an amount, and if your bank balance dips below that amount, they'll send you an email automatically. The problem with that is there's a difference between your actual bank balance and your true cash balance. You could have $10,000 in your bank account, but if you cut 3 checks to vendors totaling $9,000, and those checks are either still en route or the vendor is just sitting on them and they haven't been cashed yet, your true cash balance is really $1,000, but your bank balance will still reflect $10,000. So you can kind of have a skewed view of your actual bank balance. Pinger will tap into your QuickBooks register balance and send you notifications if that balance dips below your specified threshold.
And Pinger is programmed with this ping to check every hour. So every hour we'll be on top of that.
Yeah, so there's a myriad of scenarios where this can be very beneficial. Especially if you're using other third-party apps like Bill.com. So, if you schedule a bunch of bill payments to be debited from the account tomorrow, then after the Bill.com sync occurs, that's going to decrease your bank balance within QuickBooks. So having this ping enabled will allow you to be more proactive rather than reactive. If for whatever reason the cumulative amount of your bill payments exceeds your actual cash balance, then Pinger will send you a notification every hour. It checks for it, and you'll be able to then go in to Bill.com and revise your bill payment schedules as long as it's prior to 8 p.m. Eastern time, I believe is their cutoff. So you could potentially avoid a dangerous scenario like that where you could potentially overdraft your account. So here I'll put urgent. Please verify sufficient funds, something like that. Okay, so now let's go into QuickBooks. And
are we going to make the balance below the threshold?
Yep.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I picked a bad account. So let me quickly.
You could always.
I'll just make a deposit really quickly and.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then I'll back it out.
This ping will probably fire off while we're recording.
All right, so now the bank balance is currently $2,088, and I'm just creating an expense for $2,000, so it reverts back to $88. So shortly within Slack, we'll see a notification that our balance has dipped below our specified threshold.
And what was the channel in Slack that you set that ping to?
I believe it was random. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Hashtag random. Yep.
Okay, so now I'm going to skip this one for a second. So if you can consider this first ping that we just walked through as sort of like your danger zone notification, but this third one is kind of the inverse of that. So this would be like a positive notification if you have an internal goal to exceed a certain amount, then you can specify that here. Perhaps you want to notify your team when your primary operating or revenue account exceeds $100,000. And then maybe we post this to the general channel, which the entire sales team has access to. So everyone will receive the notification if that balance exceeds 100,000. So we can do something like congrats. So that's kind of just like a little bonus ping.
Yeah, and it looks like our balance below threshold ping did just fire. So in our random channel, we can see that.
All right, so it says your account, business checking and demo construction has a balance below your threshold of 1,000. Its current balance is $88. We will keep reminding you every hour. So now that I received this, I can go investigate if that balance is truly accurate, and I can make any adjustments where necessary. So that's a very powerful ping. Okay. I feel like I'm a broken record here, but this is also another favorite ping of mine. Something that really irritates me when I look at a balance sheet and I see a negative asset or liability account. There's definitely, as many of you know, there's definitely a difference between simply reconciling the accounts and considering the books closed for the month as opposed to truly closing the books out for the month. Without properly analyzing the balance sheet and P&L, you can't truly determine if the account is healthy enough to be considered closed. So this notification this ping will send you a notification when any balance sheet account falls negative. So a perfect example would be a line of credit, for example. Perhaps you or your bookkeeper is categorizing the monthly line of credit payment entirely to the principal instead of separating it between principal and interest. Eventually, when the balance gets close to zero, you'll actually notice that it will be negative on the balance sheet because you've been applying the entire payment to the principal balance, which is the liability balance. So Having this ping enabled will allow you to catch that and make the adjustments where necessary before your client sees it, or before your financial statements are sent to investors. And as soon as somebody sees a negative balance sheet account, it kind of just makes the entire set of financial statements less trustworthy, in my opinion. All right, we have 2 sales pings available. These are basic pings, but perhaps you're a business owner that is not incredibly hands-on with the company. You just want to know when new customers are have been onboarded. So this first ping will send you a notification whenever a new customer is created. And this second ping is related to accounts receivable. This will send you a notification when an invoice converts from current to past due. So again, this is allowing you to be proactive as opposed to reactive. And it's definitely advantageous to be notified when an invoice or a customer's invoice is past due immediately, as opposed to at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter. So you can, put into place any collections processes faster. And perhaps it's also a cue for you to, perhaps you're behind on recording your payments and deposits, and maybe that customer did actually pay their invoice, but you just haven't recorded it yet. So it could also be a cue that your bookkeeping is a little bit behind. Similar pings are available on the expense side. So whenever a new vendor is created, you can receive a notification. And whenever a vendor bill converts from current to past due, you'll receive a notification as well. So perfect example for the vendor bill is maybe you already sent them a check a couple of weeks ago and they just haven't cashed it. Perhaps you sent it to the wrong address. So it allows you to quickly follow up with that vendor and say, hey, I just want to let you know that I did send your check out. Can you confirm receipt? Rather than not being aware of the situation until the end of the month. That may appear, wrong with your vendor. It could potentially damage the relationship with the vendor. So it allows you to be more proactive in that regard.
And Ryan, I'd just like to add that so people understand, some of these pings are reactive to the event actually happening in QuickBooks, like in real time. And then some of the events, some of the pings rather, will check once an hour or once a day. So it's just good to know, like the new employee ping and the new customer ping, those will happen 5 to 10 minutes from within the time that you actually do that in QuickBooks.
Great point. And our last ping is also a basic ping related to payroll. So whenever a new employee is created, you'll receive a notification that you have a new employee. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but we plan on releasing 1 new ping each week. And make sure to subscribe to our blog, follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and you'll be able to keep in touch with everything that we're working on. So right now we have 3 pings in the works for the next 3 weeks, and we'll share them shortly in our next blog. And I think that is pretty much it for the ping side. I think the last thing we want to show you is actually creating a report on demand from within Slack.
Oh yeah, that is one of the really cool features of Pinger, yeah.
Yep, we're super excited about this. So go ahead, Zach.
Sorry, yeah. On the overview page here, in the top right, you can see that Slack command settings box. So this is where you can select a Slack channel from your workspaces. And in that Slack channel, you'll be able to type a command that can generate reports for you. So first you select the channel there, and the company key is basically the identifier for how we'll know what company that command corresponds to. So it's basically just a piece of information that Pinger needs. And you can pick anything you want for this key, except it cannot have spaces. And we just recommend doing something similar to the name of the company or a nickname or something along those lines.
Something that you can easily remember.
Yeah. So yeah, demo is a good one. And it's important to know too that no two people can have the same company key. So yeah. So if we save those settings here and we actually go to the random channel in Slack, we can actually type /reports and then space the company key, so demo, and then space the name of the report that you want, so AR, AP, or BS for balance sheet. And then Pinger will go and generate this for you on the fly. And there it is in PDF form. So yeah, and we recommend you download that PDF just because it will get deleted from our storage eventually, usually about after 24 hours.
Right. Okay, so again, as Zach mentioned, we currently have 3 reports that can be generated on demand: /reports, demo, AP, AR for accounts receivable aging summary, and BS for balance sheet. But we're really excited about this, and we plan on releasing or offering many different reports. Our next will probably be PL for profit and loss.
It's really convenient to just hop into Slack and type that command and not have to log into QuickBooks and generate a report.
Exactly. And for the accounting firms that have clients that have access to these channels, and, instead of asking you to run the report for them or asking you to reset their password because they haven't logged into QuickBooks in 6 months, you can kind of train them on how to run their reports directly from within Slack, so they'll never have to log into their accounting system. Okay, so that concludes our demo. The last thing we want to discuss is pricing, and also elaborate on the free trial period. So again, this is a soft launch. We're still releasing updates every day. We're officially going to launch on July 1st. So I personally think this is valuable because whenever I incorporate a new app into my firm's ecosystem, I want to make sure that the app won't compromise my or my client's GL, which Pinger does not. And I also want to make sure that it's the right fit for me. So I think having a trial period is very helpful. And we are currently offering free trials, which will give you access to our Wingman package, which is our premier package.
It's better than Wingman.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so basically the way it works, if you add a Pinger company now for the next month, it will automatically be in the free trial subscription, and you'll have 350 pings per month. So that is actually a much bigger amount than you would get on the Wingman package, which is 150 pings per month. So we're hoping it lasts people a long time.
Right. And if for whatever reason you exceed your available pings and you're still within your trial period, just feel free to message us through our website chat bot. You can send us an email at support@pingerapp.com, and we'll be happy to replenish that for you during the trial period. If you have any questions, if you would like a more extensive demo, please feel free to reach out. Zach and I welcome any feedback, and definitely be sure to subscribe to our blog to keep in touch with everything that we're currently working on. And And also for accounting firms and bookkeeping teams, definitely check out our ambassador program. There are two ways that you can kind of incorporate this into your ecosystem. One is we offer straight referral commissions for clients that you refer over to Pinger. And two is more of like a partnership program where you have discounted pricing on these two packages. And you also have access to more pings and better support. So definitely check out the ambassador program. And I think that's it. Zach, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think we touched on everything.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for joining. And again, feel free to reach out to us with any questions, and appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Take care.